So we're going to start with, boy, oh boy, the biggest will they, won't they relationship of the year. We're going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel and Disney? It's true. Back in September, Jimmy Kimmel Live was pulled off the air after the host made jokes about U.S. President Donald Trump's response to the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. So, following a boycott and widespread condemnation against ABC and their parent company, Disney, the show returned to the airways. Yes, it did. And great news, we just got word that they were renewed for yet another year on air. So, was this a win for free speech?
All right, I don't know. Okay, so Disney's stock dropped. Everybody canceled their Disney subscription, which almost cost them reportedly $4 billion. So I'd say that's a win.
Yes.
I don't know you, but that's a win. But I do remember when that story broke. There were so many stories that broke this year. But I remember being so frustrated because I felt like if we let Donald Trump get away with this, who's next? Because a lot of people had already lost their jobs. And I felt very powerless. And I'm like, what can I do? And I realized I had a Disney subscription. And this was before everybody canceled theirs. And I'm like, you know what? This is a little that I can do. I know it's only $16.99 a month. But you know what? I'm going to say with my $16, you don't get my money if this is what you're going to do. Little did I know, everybody had that thought. And everybody canceled their subscription. And it's the power of the people, which is something that I learned from all the civil rights movements. The people have the power. And I think we reminded Donald Trump and everybody in the Republican Party, you can't just do and say whatever you want, honey. Collectively,
I agree.
We have more power.
I agree that was a really powerful moment, but just for that particular battle, it feels like, yes, Jimmy Kimmel won the battle, but did he win the war? Because it feels like an ongoing war that as soon as anyone starts getting lazy about it, when we start taking free speech for granted, that's when things start to trickle up. So, like, we all just have to sort of pay attention. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. I don't think we won the war. And I think as recently as this week, we saw what Donald Trump used with his free speech. He said some really heinous things on his Truth Social post about the death of Rob Reiner. And it was just, it's actually reached a next level of disgustingness. And I think the thing is that he's the one who will call out other people's free speech. He doesn't want anyone to have free speech if they say things that he doesn't agree with, but he wants to have his own free speech, which is really dictatorship. So I don't think we've won at all, unfortunately.
What do you think, Jess?
Well, that's interesting that you said about Donald Trump, because he was exercising his free speech.
Yeah, I know.
You know what
but,
I mean?
but he won't let anybody else.
He's very thin-skinned.
He won't let anyone else.
He likes
anyone
to punch,
else.
but he cannot take it. He likes to dish it out, but he definitely cannot take it.
That's right.
And I think, you know what, I think we might have not lost the war quite yet, because I think a lot of corporations are looking at how the people reacted. And if I'm any of the other corporations, I'd be like, whoa, 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 before we start firing people, because I don't want what happened to Disney to happen to us, let's just be very mindful about the way we move.
Creative people have sort of said how the edges of free speech have been sanded down a little, like they're sort of saying this anonymously, but producers and stuff being like, ooh, maybe we won't say that right now. Maybe that's a little too touchy. Maybe that's this, maybe that's that. And that is like a symptom of...
Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, is punching back on behalf of all of us. That's something that I've totally enjoyed all year. That's been fantastic to watch.
Yeah, it's true. I do want to say it is, I think, a little bit of a win for business, because if there's anything that Trump understands, it's money. And what we saw is that all the people who were initially canceling their subscriptions and saying, you know what, Disney, you've gone too far. You know, when you take a look at the numbers, they broke records on his return show. And Jimmy Kimmel, remember when he was pulled off the air? We talked about it. When that show came back, he broke records. And even though some of those ratings have sort of fallen off, he's still on average higher now than he ever has been in the last decade. So that is a win. And I think that is a reminder about power to the people, that they still have the bulk of the power.